On this day, the tide from the ocean was too much for the river and overtook it, creating what is known as a tidal bore. This mesmerizing yet dangerous event occurs when the leading edge of an incoming tide forms, a wave that travels up a river or narrow bay against the direction of the current. This is a twister, a vortex of wind that can exceed 300 miles per hour, leaving behind a trail of devastation. Hurricane, massive storm systems forming over warm ocean waters, bring relentless winds and torrential rain. They test the resilience of communities and the strength of human preparation. Flooding, often the result of prolonged rainfall or overflowing rivers, can inundate entire cities, turning streets into rivers and homes into islands. As the hurricane rages, the winds grow stronger. Structures are tested, and the resilience of communities is pushed to its limits. The aftermath often reveals a landscape transformed by nature's might. Urban drainage systems collapse, leaving cities underwater. Glaciers, ancient rivers of ice, are also subject to change. When a glacier calves, massive chunks of ice break off, falling into the sea and contributing to rising sea levels. Floodwaters submerge entire neighborhoods, turning roads into rivers. The aftermath is a testament to the destructive power of water and the long road to recovery ahead. A flood destroyed a bridge in Upper Chitra. Critical infrastructure is often vulnerable to natural disasters. Bridges, roads, and buildings can be destroyed, cutting off communities and hindering rescue efforts. Fragile coastal areas are battered by typhoons. In the chaos of a flood, even cars become temporary refuges. The scene underscores the immediate and desperate measures people take to survive. In the face of Mother Nature's wrath, humanity seemed incredibly small and fragile. Strong winds can topple trees, damage buildings, and turn everyday objects into dangerous projectiles. Underground spaces are not immune to flooding. Parking garages, basements, and other low-lying areas completely fill with water, trapping vehicles and damaging property. Subway and local train services were disrupted. A billboard collapsed in, causing injuries and damage to property. Dust storms disrupt daily life, grounding transportation and creating hazardous conditions in urban environments. Toys buried in debris and swallowed by muddy currents. The aftermath of a flood is often a scene of widespread destruction. The force of a hurricane can uproot trees, tear roofs off buildings, and send debris flying through the air. It's a stark reminder of nature's power and the importance of preparedness. Severe storms can strike anywhere, at any time. They are a reminder that we are all vulnerable to nature's forces and must be prepared for the unexpected. A sudden flash flood struck, uncovering a mysterious sinkhole in the middle of the road. Sinkholes, often caused by erosion or underground water movement, can appear suddenly and unexpectedly, posing a danger to people and property. I bet the locals weren't welcoming this surprise at all. It's a helpless feeling to watch your car get caught in such a predicament. That moment was like a fierce showdown between human resilience and nature's unstoppable force. Luckily, no harms or casualties were reported. Driving through a severe storm is a perilous undertaking. The terrible landslide in Rossi reminds people that living at the foot of the mountain comes with inherent risks. Their impact can be felt far inland, with strong winds, heavy rain, and flooding affecting communities hundreds of miles from the coast. Nature's resilience is evident even in the smallest details. The bark of a tree, a protective layer, can regenerate and heal, just as communities rebuild after a disaster. What is this? A strange occurrence in the sky leaves onlookers baffled. While its cause is unknown, it serves as a reminder of the mysteries that still exist in our world. Oh my God, I'm so confused. Amidst the aftermath of human activity, a surprising discovery: a dog trapped within a tree trunk. It's a reminder to be mindful of our impact on the natural world. Strong winds can turn everyday objects into dangerous projectiles. It's crucial to secure loose items and seek shelter during severe weather events. The relentless power of the ocean shapes our coastlines. Erosion, a natural process, can be accelerated by storms and human activity, leading to dramatic changes over time. Rockfall continued today on Highway 50, east of Echo Summit. Rockfalls are a common hazard in mountainous areas, particularly after heavy rain or seismic activity. Humans are not just spectators. We are the cause of many changes in nature. If humanity just stands by and watches the collapse of nature without taking action, this scene is both majestic and terrifying. A waterspout, a swirling column of air and water mist, forms over the ocean. It's a reminder of the powerful forces at play in our atmosphere. These scenes, captured around the world, paint a vivid picture of nature's might and the challenges we face in a changing world. From raging storms to subtle shifts in the landscape, our planet is in constant motion. We must remember that we are not just observers but participants in this intricate web of life. By understanding the forces at play and taking action to mitigate our impact, we can strive to coexist more harmoniously with the world around us. It's a call to action, to be informed, prepared, and proactive in protecting our planet and ourselves. In a town where the oil industry's growth has significantly increased the population in recent years, an extraordinary hailstorm blankets the streets. Out in the tumultuous North Sea in 2021, a rescue vessel battles a Force 12 storm, one of the most severe classifications. Caught in the grip of a furious windstorm, trees sway violently and debris dances in the air. These powerful vortexes of air can obliterate everything in their path, leaving behind a trail of devastation in mere minutes. In just a matter of hours, these waters can inundate entire towns, leaving behind a trail of destruction and despair. The sheer force of moving earth can sever connections between communities, causing chaos and requiring extensive, costly repairs. Back on the rescue vessel, we see waves crashing over the deck, which sits around 12 feet above the waterline. These aren't just waves. As floodwaters rise, desperate families flee their homes and carry whatever they can salvage. Here, a man battles against a fierce wind, struggling to stay on his feet. This isn't just a breeze. On this mountainside, a landslide is in progress, sending tons of earth and rock tumbling down. Such events can reshape entire landscapes, burying everything in their path under a thick layer of debris. Here is a sinkhole suddenly opening up. It is a natural depression or hole in the Earth's surface, caused by the collapse of underlying soil or rock layers. Watch as this man is knocked over by the sheer force of the wind. Despite his efforts to stand his ground, the wind's power is too great, demonstrating just how helpless humans can be in the face of nature's fury. Under the cover of night, wildfires rage, their flames consuming everything in their path. These infernos can spread rapidly, driven by winds and fueled by dry vegetation. In the midst of a sandstorm, powerful winds whip sand through the air, reducing visibility to near zero. These storms can strip paint off cars, damage buildings, and create hazardous breathing conditions. Here, strong winds tear through a neighborhood, bending trees and sending debris flying. The force of these winds can uproot trees, damage homes, and create dangerous conditions for anyone caught outside. Floodwaters inundate this area, turning streets into rivers and submerging homes. Such flooding can result from heavy rainfall, overflowing rivers, or storm surges. Security camera footage captures a sudden flood on an otherwise ordinary road. The rapid rise of water highlights the unexpected and swift nature of flash floods, which can catch people off guard and sweep away vehicles and debris. These solid chunks of ice can cause significant damage to property, vehicles, and agriculture, and pose a serious threat to anyone caught in the open. Here we witness a massive rock slide as tons of rock and debris cascade down a mountainside. Heavy rainfall in Huancabamba has caused this road to collapse, a consequence of the soil becoming oversaturated and unstable. This event has led to 15 landslides, completely isolating the area and highlighting the importance of infrastructure resilience. Floodwaters overwhelm natural defenses, inundating this industrial area. A tornado strikes a residential area, its powerful winds tearing roofs off homes and sending debris swirling. This level of destruction showcases the terrifying power of tornadoes and their potential to devastate communities. Here, a section of this cliff suddenly collapses, a dramatic example of coastal erosion. This event is both impressive and disturbing, serving as a reminder of the dynamic and sometimes unstable nature of our environment. The people nearby had just left the area, narrowly escaping disaster. This close call highlights the unpredictability of natural during a typhoon. Powerful winds topple trees and create hazardous conditions. The aftermath, with debris scattered and trees uprooted, illustrates the destructive force of these tropical cyclones. A massive glacier collapses into the ocean, creating a spectacular yet concerning sight. This event, known as calving, contributes to rising sea levels and is a vivid indicator of climate change impacts. In a terrifying scene, a house collapses into a river due to the erosion caused by fierce floodwaters. This dramatic event underscores the destructive potential of landslide and the importance of proper land management. This natural phenomenon can bury everything in its path, posing a significant threat to life and property in mountainous regions. Strong winds lash across the landscape, bending trees and creating hazardous conditions. These winds are here we see a massive landslide that can cause widespread damage falling loudly from daily life. This event blocks the road and creates a scene full of horror and danger, emphasizing the destructive power of landslides. In the aftermath of the landslide, 2 excavators work to clear the debris. This scene highlights the significant effort and with strong dust causing damage and creating dangerous conditions. Such storms can disrupt daily life, damage infrastructure, and pose risks to public safety. A fierce hailstorm pounds the area, with large hailstones accumulating on the ground. This event demonstrates the intensity of hailstorms and their potential to cause significant damage. Lightning strikes during a severe storm, illuminating the sky with bright flashes. This dramatic display is a reminder of the electrical power that storms can unleash, posing risks of fires and electrical damage. A mudslide flows down a road, covering the surface with thick, muddy debris. Mudslides can be triggered by heavy rainfall. A powerful storm unleashes its fury with strong winds bending trees and creating hazardous conditions. This event highlights the destructive potential of severe storms and the importance of preparedness. In a terrifying moment, a house collapses into a river due to the force of floodwaters. This scene underscores the devastating impact that floods can have on homes and communities. Part of a cliff suddenly collapses, creating an impressive yet disturbing scene. This event reminds us of the instability of natural formations and the unpredictable forces of erosion. Take a look at this breathtaking moment. A massive avalanche cascades down the slopes of the Himalayas. People below stand in awe, capturing the raw, unstoppable power of nature. This event is a stark reminder of the immense forces at play in mountainous regions. This dust storm might look small, but it's surprisingly powerful, effortlessly swirling and sending numerous chairs flying in its wake. Dust devils, though smaller than tornadoes, can still cause significant disruption and damage. Strong winds whip through the air, bending trees and creating a live, chaotic scene. These powerful gusts are a hallmark of severe storms, capable of causing widespread damage. A car is swept away by raging floodwaters, highlighting the danger and unpredictability of flash floods. Despite the driver's efforts, the force of the water is too strong, carrying the vehicle downstream. Our planet, a delicate balance of forces, sometimes unleashes its raw power in the form of natural disasters. A landslide in the Himalayas. Tons of earth and rock cascade down the mountainside, burying a major highway. Iceland, land of fire and ice. A geyser erupts. A sudden hailstorm pelts a rural community. The relentless pounding of ice blankets the ground. A stark reminder of nature's unpredictable nature and the power of atmospheric forces. the storms raging across vast regions of China. Torrential rains overwhelm drainage systems, turning urban streets into rivers. A bus narrowly escapes a landslide in the mountainous region of China. Whether luck or the driver's quick reflexes, all 14 passengers emerged safely from this tense situation. This incident, which occurred on December 7 along National Highway 21, underscores the ever-present danger in these terrains. A rock slide sends the vehicle plunging into a river below. The sheer force of nature on display, reshaping the landscape in an instant. A river ferry, caught in a sudden storm, capsizes. Onlookers watch in awe as nature triumphs in this round, leaving the boat overturned, a testament to the power of wind and water. The devastating power of a tsunami. Villages in low-lying regions are swept away by monstrous waves. This footage captures the raw power and destructive force of these natural events, leaving behind a trail of devastation. A hurricane's fury. Palm trees bend and sway under the relentless winds. Debris flies through the air, a testament to the storm's destructive power, capable of tearing apart homes and landscapes. Oh no, what happened in this place? A mudslide engulfs a residential area. It was scary to see such devastation, but thankfully everyone was okay. A landslide at a mine. Tons of earth and debris collapse, disrupting operations and posing a significant environmental risk. Fortunately, no injuries are reported, but the economic and ecological impact is substantial. A rock slide captured on gas cans. Cars are swept away like trees. The driver's quick reaction averted tragedy. A powerful windstorm tears through a city. Structures are damaged, and debris flies through the air. It's a chaotic scene, demonstrating the destructive potential of wind. A dust storm reduces visibility to near zero. Cars slow to a crawl as drivers navigate the hazardous conditions, a common occurrence in arid regions prone to drought. A dam overflows its banks, sending torrents of water cascading downstream. Villages in low-lying regions brace for the impact, highlighting the critical role of infrastructure in flood management. Before the invisible power of nature, a bridge collapses under the force of a landslide, cutting off access and isolating communities. The scale of destruction is immense, disrupting transportation and daily life. The terrible landslide in Russia reminds people that living at the foot of the mountain, a landslide threatens homes in a rural community. Residents are forced to evacuate as nature encroaches on their lives, a reminder of the vulnerability. Jesus Christ, that is you. The dust devil spins across the desert landscape. It's a mesmerizing display of swirling dust and debris. A surfer rides a massive wave, a breathtaking display of skill and daring in the face of nature's raw power. It's a reminder of the allure and the danger of the ocean. A storm brings torrential rain and strong winds to a residential area, causing damage to trees and structures. The monsoon storm passed through, leaving behind a flooded home. According to a teacher named Jeffrey Flores, the ceremony was delayed by a few hours due to the flood. Hopefully, all the recent hurdles would not spoil the joy of the big day for the students of Getgorn School. Clearman, famous for its majestic views of the Alps and the Matterhorn, has repeatedly faced dangerous floods and rock slides. The rugged beauty of this region comes with inherent risks. Once again, they had to witness this horrifying scene. Large rocks falling like a fury of nature, causing everything around to suddenly become quiet, if only the sounds of nature. Always check the weather forecast before setting sail to avoid falling victim to sudden storms. A powerful storm surge, driven by hurricane-force winds, inundates a coastal area. The destructive force of the ocean is on full display as waves crash over barriers and flood homes. When facing the forces of nature, one must respect their power. This footage serves as a reminder of the importance of preparedness and awareness. The monsoon storm passed through, leaving behind a flooded hall. According to a teacher named Jeffrey Polaris, the ceremony was delayed by a few hours due to the flood. Hopefully, all the recent hurdles will not spoil the joy of the big day for the students of Gekko School. People in the area were terrified by the roaring sound of the flood and landslide. Fortunately, everyone is safe. Oh my God. The storm suddenly came with strong winds as if it wanted to blow everything away. Fortunately, the driver inside was able to escape safely and was not injured. According to the cameraman, people sitting in the Jeep at the foot of the mountain were only a short time away from the time the incident happened. Fortunately, they all left timely. Hulla, shit, a malin. Oh no, the wave is huge. Pop and on Tule? What bridge? Critical infrastructure crumbles. A farm was devastated as a hailstorm lasted for 3 hours. The prolonged and intense hail caused significant damage to crops and property, leaving the area in ruins. Following Dubai and China, Brazil is perhaps the country suffering the most severe consequences from nature's wrath. Roads turned into rivers, disrupting transportation and isolating communities. Locals actually know this phenomenon and fear it. It has been known to sink fishing boats and wash over the shores onto farms. The relentless force of coastal erosion continues to reshape the coastline, threatening homes and infrastructure. Be sure to let us know some ideas in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this one and want to see another just like it, then be sure to click the neighborhoods under walls of unstoppable water. The force of the floodwaters is overwhelming, leaving a trail of destruction in its wake. Arctic icebergs are giant blocks of ice separated from glaciers, quietly floating on the ocean. They are not only magical, but also a symbol of the changing climate. A powerful storm, a mix of heavy rain and strong winds, batters a coastal town. The weather is a rare and strange moment of nature, demonstrating its unpredictable force. Greenland, being so far north, stays very bright throughout the spring and summer months, hardly ever getting dark. This unique phenomenon is due to its proximity to the North Pole and the Earth's tilt. Russian authorities urgently call for the evacuation of thousands of residents as major rivers overflow due to a historic flood. The scale of the flooding is immense, affecting vast areas. They're working tirelessly to remove debris and reopen this important route, helping restore connectivity and ensure people's safety. This is a crucial step in disaster recovery. The once predictable patterns of seasons are now shifting. Climate change is altering weather patterns around the globe, leading to more extreme and unpredictable events. On this day, the tide from the ocean was too much for the river and overtook it, creating what is known as a tidal bore. This rare phenomenon occurs in specific geographical locations. If you've seen Wild Earth's natural disaster videos before, you can probably guess what's about to unfold. Unable to escape, the Jeep on the edge stands as a stark witness to this disaster. At the time of the incident, the Jeep was unoccupied. The storm rages on, with strong winds and heavy rain continuing to batter the area. Floodwaters inundate a shopping center, trapping people inside. The rising waters create a dangerous situation, highlighting the need for swift rescue efforts. Massive waves crash against the coast, a powerful display of nature's might. The relentless pounding of the ocean shapes and reshapes the shoreline over time. A strong gust of wind lifts a shed into the air before it crashes back down to the ground. This demonstrates the surprising power that wind can exert, even on seemingly sturdy structures. Mud and debris flow down a street, carried by the floodwaters. The aftermath of the storm is visible in the destruction and displacement it has caused. A volcanic eruption lights up the night sky, a spectacular but dangerous event. People gather to witness the raw power of nature, but also to be mindful of the potential hazards. A landslide sweeps down a hillside, carrying rocks and debris with it. The force of the moving earth is evident in the destruction it leaves behind. A large object is seen flying through the air during the storm. The strong winds are capable of picking up and carrying heavy items, posing a danger to people and property. According to the cameraman, people sitting in the Jeep at the foot of the mountain were only a short time away from the time the incident happened. Fortunately, they all left time. R.I.K.O. Po. Oh, it hurts. May Tule. There's a bridge. Pa Anong Tule? What bridge? The cry of a person possibly affected by the flood. Debris carried by floodwaters flows through a neighborhood. The destructive power of the water is evident in the damage it inflicts on homes and property. A landslide sweeps down a hillside, carrying rocks and debris. The force of the moving earth is evident in the destruction it leaves behind. Once again, we had to witness this horrifying scene, large rocks falling, like a fury of nature, causing everything around to suddenly become quiet, if only the sounds of nature. A powerful storm pummels a coastal town with high winds and heavy rain. Water overflowed a dam in eastern Puerto Rico as Hurricane Ernesto brought heavy rain, creating a scene of fear and terror. The storm devastated everything in its path, making residents feel like the whole world. Zeerman, famous for its majestic views of the Alps and the Matterhorn, has repeatedly faced dangerous floods and rock slides. The juxtaposition of stunning beauty and potential danger is a defining characteristic of this region. Once again, they had to witness this horrifying scene, large rocks falling like a fury of nature. causing everything around to suddenly become quiet with only the sounds of nature. A powerful storm lashes a neighborhood, with strong winds and heavy rain causing damage to property. Nature's power is both awe-inspiring and terrifying. In moments, it can transform serene landscapes into scenes of devastation. The storm wreaked havoc across eastern China cities, leaving a trail of destruction in its wake. However, none faced the storm's wrath as brutally as Nantong did. Heavy mudslides and rapidly rising floodwaters engulfed Nantong, turning roads into rivers. Cars were swept away, and homes were submerged. Beneath the surface, the storm's fury was just as intense. The storm's power triggered massive rockfalls, sending boulders crashing down mountainsides. Some people, like this guy, enjoy tempting fate. Instead of running from danger, he runs towards it. These daredevils just can't help themselves, and that's why many things don't really work. Sometimes you're lucky to do something very cool. In Lima, Peru, a man tried to drive through floodwaters, but the car slid and hit a rock. Luckily, the front window was broken, allowing him to escape. I-1 ripped through cities, turning everyday objects into dangerous projectiles. His concentration is not meaningless, but is an important part of ensuring safety and managing such dangerous situations. The storm's intensity was relentless. Hailstones the size of golf balls pounded the streets. The sound of ice pellets hitting windows and roofs created a deafening roar. Their tireless efforts were crucial in ensuring the safety of those in the storm's path. Natural disasters are something no one wants, but they always remind us of the impermanence and power of nature. This is aerial footage of the road between Neiva and San Vicente del Capitan. It shows the landslide that buried 6 cars, creating a haunting and devastating scene. Climbers were stunned to see rocks falling along the Agro Dumidi mountain, creating dust clouds that fell onto the snow below. They trembled in their shoes for the rest of the day. In narrow valleys or mountain passes, there is often only one way to travel. Bang Road, which is an important road connecting the areas, was completely destroyed after this incident. When driving through the woods, you may see deer gently crossing the road. If you may miss potentially dangerous falling trees, always be cautious, especially in these areas, to ensure the safety of yourself and everyone around you. The storm's fury left a trail of destruction in its wake. Gas stations, usually a symbol of convenience, were transformed into scenes of chaos. Homes built near rivers faced a double threat: the rising waters and the debris carried by the current. This house, once a place of shelter, was no match for the river's might. Eerie darkness and growing fear. City streets, once bustling with life, now turned into torrents of destruction and despair. This boat looks like it's about to get swallowed up by the waves at any moment. What a thrill! making the glacier stand over 3,000 feet, or 915 meters tall. When you have ice that is this top-heavy in the water, it's a recipe for a spectacular event. The storm's winds were so powerful that they ripped roofing materials from buildings, sending them flying through the air like paper planes. The once familiar landscape was transformed into a muddy, debris-filled torrent. This marks the second eruption of the volcano in the past half-month. The Indonesian government has raised the volcano alert status to the highest level and evacuated over 12,000 people living on a nearby island. The volcano's eruption was a terrifying reminder of the powerful forces that lie beneath the Earth's surface. At sea, the waves reach incredible heights, perhaps 6 to 9 meters or even more. Roads designed for smooth travel were transformed into raging rivers. The once familiar cityscape was now a dangerous maze of floodwaters and debris. This is a reminder of the importance of protecting the environment and preventing forest fires. Even structures built to control water were overwhelmed. This dam, designed to hold back a river, could only watch as the floodwaters surged over its barriers. Tropical storm trauma left behind floods and landslides when it left the Philippines on October 24th. Just through this short video, we see the devastating power of nature. We need to raise awareness about disaster preparedness, find ways to minimize damage, to protect communities from unpredictable dangers. Despite the danger, some are drawn to the spectacle of nature's raw power. Here, onlookers watch in awe as a volcano erupts, spewing lava and ash into the sky. Coastal areas face the double threat of rising waters and unstable cliffs. In a terrifying display of nature's power, lightning illuminated the ash cloud of an erupting volcano. This rare phenomenon, known as a dirty thunderstorm, is a reminder of the unpredictable forces at play during such events. However, in January 2024, Ishikawa faced a tremendous challenge. It was the most powerful earthquake to hit Ishikawa since records began in 1885. This event not only shook the ground, but also shook the hearts of the locals here. The surge of powerful aftershocks further deepened the level of devastation. The aftermath of the storm left streets submerged, turning everyday commutes into treacherous journeys. Entire crops drowned in flooded fields, threatening the food.